Hello everyone and welcome to this task. In this task, let's go ahead and perform a deep dive into OpenAI's response structure and also cover our token usage too. So if you remember in the previous video where we made a call to OpenAI API, if you remember, we received back a response. And here we just said response.choices of 0.message.content. And there I ask you to kind of hold on there until the next video. And that's what we're gonna be covering right now. And let's go ahead and actually explore the full response. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say, could you please show me the full response that we got back from the API? So now if you press Shift and Enter on your keyboard, you will get here a ton of information. Basically here in this information, you will find all of these details, okay, embedded inside the response. Okay, so let's explore a few of those. First, you will get what type of model has been used. So for example, if we use GPT 4.0 mini or maybe GPT 4.0 for the practice opportunity, you should be able to see all the details about the model captured in here, for example. What you could see as well, so if you actually go ahead and explore, you should be able to see, for example, here model equals to GPT 4.0. And basically here, we don't have the mini version, right? Because this prompt that we got here was actually from the practice opportunity, which is this practice opportunity that we conducted before. So if you have completed the practice opportunity, and if you run already the previous code that we have already updated the model, and you should be able to see the model here reflected. Okay. What you get as well is you get what we call it a response ID. So every response that we get back from the API is going to have a unique identifier. And that's what you see here. You'll see ID equals to chat completion, and there is a unique identifier for the this feedback for that response. What you get as well is, well, if you remember, when we made a call initially to the API, we had our role to be a user. Why? Because, well, I'm a user. I'm actually a user of the OpenAI API. And that's what we have done here before. I just said role is going to be user and the content is going to be my message, right? This response that I'm getting right now is actually coming from the AI, right? So it's coming from what we call the assistant. And that's why you should be able to see their role is going to be assistant. And that indicates the response was generated by artificial intelligence models. And if you actually go ahead here, you should be able to see the feedback. So basically you should be able to see this is the actual content. This is the actual message that we got. And you should be able to see here role equals to assistant. And that means this is an artificial intelligence message that came from GPT 4.0 model. Should be able also to see there are tons of additional features here as well that came back with our response. One of them, for example, is finish reason. And here it says stop. That means the model stopped generating output naturally. So that was just natural ending. It just ended up with the response. And please note that it might actually end for different reasons. It could be due to, let's say, max tokens. We reached the maximum limit and so on. But here we did not have any errors or any of these issues. What you see as well is we also obtained created time stamp. And this is a unique time stamp that indicates when that response was created. Okay. And these three are super important. I'm going to actually spend a lot of time coming up right now to cover those. So what you see here is first we have prompt tokens. So these are the number of tokens in the input prompt. And here in this example, let's say in the previous one, it could be, let's say 26. Here, for example, because we have more number of tokens in the feedback in the response, we actually got the completion tokens as 407 and the prompt tokens here were 16. So prompt tokens, these are the number of tokens that we used in the prompt, in the message that we sent to the API. So you're probably wondering, okay, what do we even mean by tokens? Well, I included here a lot of examples for you. So in OpenAI's language models, tokens are chunks of text, typically words, subwords, or even characters that the model uses to process and generate language. So basically, these artificial intelligence models, they see the world in a different view than us humans. So for example, if I feed it in to the OpenAI API, let's say, please generate or write a poem, this text is going to be broken down into what we call them tokens. And these tokens is going to be small chunks of words. And then they will be converted to numbers, or what we call them token IDs. And then these numbers are going to be fed to the artificial intelligence models. And basically what AI is really just a massive matrix of numbers. That's all it is. So it understands our emotions as humans. It understands kind of all the human knowledge kind of embedded in a bunch of numbers, really. And we can have a lot of examples coming up to actually view the embeddings of the within the model and so on. So the model doesn't read text like humans do. Instead, what we do is we use what we call the tokenizer to break down the input into tokens and convert them into numerical IDs that the model can understand. And then what these models do, they are able to establish a relationship between all these different tokens, between all these different kind of subwords, and have an understanding of the text input and is able to generate an output accordingly. So let me show you what I mean by that here using an amazing tool by OpenAI. It's called OpenAI Tokenizer. So if you actually go ahead and click on this link here, that is going to direct you to the Tokenizer here tab. And basically what you could do is you can go ahead and write a text. For example, you can say, I love, let's say, Dr. Ryan's boot camp on LLM and agentic AI engineering, something like that. Basically what you see here is this kind of word, right? This sentence that we provided here has been broken down into tokens. So all these different colors, so I has been kept as a separate token. The space and love has been kept as another separate token. We have space dr, a separate token. The dot only is a token on its own. And these are simply how OpenAI takes the text, convert it into small tokens or chunks. And then what they do afterwards is that if you click here on token IDs, you should be able to see the numeric representation of that text. So really what AI models see is really a bunch of numbers. And these are the numbers that the OpenAI API is actually going to see. So these are the tokens and these are the IDs associated with it. You should be able to see the number here as well. So this here has been converted into 16 tokens. So if you go back, here I included kind of a general rule of thumb to be able to count approximately how many tokens you have for each sentence. So a rule of thumb that we have here is that generally one token corresponds to approximately 4 characters. So that means in the English language, this translates to roughly 3/4 of a word. So that means if you have 100 tokens, that is going to be converted to approximately 75 words. Okay, so I strongly recommend you go ahead, you play around with this tool, but that's kind of the idea here. So if you go back, you should be able to see in this prompt, in this example that we provided here, should be able to see here the prompt tokens. So these are the number of tokens in the prompt, in the input, in the message that we send to the API. These are the completion tokens. That's what we received back from the API. And these are the total tokens, which is simply the summation of these two. And you should be able to see a description here of that. Should be able to also see some additional feedback that we obtained from the API as well, such as if we have, for example, audio, or if there is a function calls, and here there were none, that means we did not include any of these features in our simple example. Should be able to also see refusal as well, set to none. That means the model did not refuse the task. So that was kind of, we asked the question, we got feedback, there was no rejection or refusal here. And you should be able to see as well, there are some additional system fingerprints, like this one, for example, system fingerprints. And this is just simply internal metadata used for system tracking and optimization, so you don't have to worry about it. So now we fully kind of understood the feedback that we got from our OpenAI API. And with that, that's all I have for this task. I hope you enjoyed it. Of course, we're going to have a practice opportunity coming up next. Please stay tuned. Best of luck, and I will see you in the next video.